So, in Germany, a young female politician for the Alternative für Deutschland Party, or the AfD, by the name of Marie-Thérèse Kaiser, has been convicted for daring to speak publicly about her fears over potential gang rape concerns from newly incoming Afghan migrants into her country. The conviction that she received was for so-called inciting hatred against local Afghan workers following her publication of gang rape statistics linked to Afghan migrants. The young politician got into trouble, you see, because of a social media post way back in August of 2021, where she reacted to the announcement by Hamburg's first mayor, Peter Tschenter, about the arrival of 200 Afghan workers in Hamburg. In this post, she questioned the so-called welcoming culture and linked to an article suggesting high levels of gang rape among Afghans within Germany. Her post implied a direct correlation between the influx of Afghan migrants and potential increases in rape incidences, using the phrase culturally alien masses to describe the migrants. Now, 27-year-old Kaiser has been ordered to pay a fine of 6,000 euros and an additional 60 euros a day for 100 days, resulting in a criminal record. Now, here's the rub on all of this. What young Marie-Thérèse Kaiser said was not wrong. In fact, it was dead on right. And to back this up, let's take a look at some of the gang rape statistics within Germany. According to data released by the German government after a request from the AfD party, gang rapes in Germany did hit a record high in 2022, with 789 reported cases. This number is an increase from the previous years, 677 in 2021 and 710 cases in 2019. The data indicates that exactly 50% of all gang rapes in Germany were committed by foreigners. This is a significant overrepresentation, considering that foreigners only make up around 14% of the total population within Germany. The main countries of origin, by the way, for the foreign suspects were reported to be Syria and Afghanistan. Now, the increase in gang rapes has been linked to the swell in Germany's migrant population following the 2016 migrant crisis, which, by the way, also coincided with the massive amount of sexual assaults in Cologne on New Year's Eve of that very same year. Now, you may not know about the mass gang rapes in Germany in 2015-2016. So, let me fill you in on all of this. We're talking New Year's Eve 2015, okay? During the New Year's Eve celebrations from December 31st to January 1st, a large number of sexual assaults, including groping, rapes, and thefts, were reported in the city of Cologne. The perpetrators were described by the police and witnesses as groups of men, somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 of them, mostly of Arab or North African descent. This incident was particularly shocking at the time due to the scale and nature of the attack and the initial perceived lack of actions by the authorities. The Federal Criminal Police Office reported that approximately 1,200 women were sexually assaulted that night, all across Germany, and Cologne was the epicenter of all of this. Now, the Cologne assaults had a profound impact on German politics and its society. This all occurred at a time when Germany was dealing with a huge influx of refugees and migrants, primarily from the war-torn regions of Syria. And you had Chancellor Angela Merkel just railroading her citizens despite the heated debate over this. She just brought them in by the millions. Now, these are facts. This is the reality for the German people. But their government doesn't want their citizens discussing this, so they must quell the conversation. So let's dive right into this story, and I'm going to pull up an article. This is from Remix News. And it's titled, Germany, Young AfD Politician Convicted for Publishing Gang Rape Statistics in Connection with Afghan Migration. They write, Alternative for Germany politician Marie-Thérèse Kaiser has now been convicted for publishing gang rape statistics in response to news that Afghan migrants would be moved to her district. The 27-year-old politician was found guilty in the Verden Regional Court in Lower Saxony on Monday for inciting hatred against local Afghan workers, and then they go on to talk about the fines, which we've already covered. Anyway, they go on to write that Kaiser had perhaps mistakenly believed resorting to data would protect her, which shows that foreigners are represented in half of all gang rape cases, according to official government statistics. Afghans' roles in serious crimes, including rape and gang rape, are tremendously high relative to their population. So she's not wrong. The case, they write, has sparked international attention, with major Twitter X accounts reacting to the news of the conviction, including X's owner, Elon Musk, with at least 2 of the posts generating over 40 million views. Let's take a look at some of these posts, shall we? Let's see, here's End Wokeness posting about this. A German politician of the AfD party, Marie-Thérèse Kaiser, was just convicted and fined $6,000 plus. Her crime, posting statistics showing that Afghan immigrants are disproportionately committing sexual assaults in Germany. This is the post that Elon Musk replied to, which he said, "Are you saying the fine was for repeating accurate government statistics? Was there anything inaccurate in what she said?" And then we see a post by Wall Street Silver saying German politician of the AfD party, Marie-Thérèse Kaiser, was just convicted and fined $6,000 plus. Her crime, posting statistics showing that Afghan immigrants are disproportionately committing sexual assault in Germany. You know what to do. Share it more. Anyway, the AfD politician, just back to the Remix article here, was defiant during the appeal process, writing on Twitter X before the most recent verdict saying, "My appeal hearing for alleged incitement will take place at the beginning of May. Simply naming numbers, dates, and facts is to be declared a criminal offense just because the establishment does not want to face reality." Sounds like here in the US. "I will not allow myself to be silenced," she wrote. However, despite freedom of speech protections in Germany, the judge overseeing the case still found Kaiser guilty, stating that, quote, "anyone who attacks human dignity cannot invoke freedom of expression," end quote. So much for freedom of expression. Now, the AfD is rallying around Kaiser, with Gabriel Mailbeck, a fellow female AfD politician, saying they are trying to silence our Marie. But this woman cannot be tamed. She stands up for her homeland to the end, come what may. It seems that our patriotism is being punished, and that we are no longer allowed to express our opinion about Germany. Didn't you know that loving and respecting Germany is forbidden? The background to this verdict? Fact. Now, my friends, this problem is not just Germany's alone. Mass migration all across the EU has caused a ripple effect of severe issues like these in many other countries across the European Union. The reality of the situation is this: mass migration has become a breeding ground for balkanization, which inevitably leads to conflict, not to mention different value systems that are simply incompatible with each other. History repeats itself. It's almost unbelievable how much this repeats itself. This reminds me of the Roman Empire. They were crippled by their own mass migration problems, which we now know as the barbarian invasion. This eventually, by the way, would play a crucial role in the eventual collapse and fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 AD. And just like the Roman Empire, if this is left unchecked, so too will this be the European Union's end if they don't get a handle on this growing darkness within their own borders. You cannot have incompatible ideologies with Western sensibilities living side by side. Inevitably, at some point down the road, this will lead to genocide. The only real question is this: if left unchecked, will we see it in our lifetimes? Or will it be the future generations who will be the ones that have to pay the price for our stupidity? I suppose only time will tell.